Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about the new patch notes which just came out on the website. So this talks about the changes coming in on March 21st, which is next week. So let's look at what's coming. So first of all, the biggest thing is there's going to be the new raid. So the new raid is it's a 12-man raid which will be unlocked at specific times, usually 3 to 4 times a day. And then you just join. It's like a F8 thing. You just press F8, you join it, and then it's randomly going to give you a party. And it's really easy. All you have to do is DPS the boss and like button mash. And there's certain times where there's like quick time events where you just have to smash your spacebar or you have to smash certain keys. But other than that, it's a very simple dungeon and very straightforward. And that's what the Coldrex layer is. So that's very simple. The next one is the Emperor's Tomb. So the Emperor's Tomb is the storyline. We're only getting the storyline. We're not getting the raid or we're not getting Twilight Temple or anything yet. We're just getting the storyline which unlocks Twilight Temple. It's exactly the same when Khanda Vihar came out, before Black Tower. You could do the storyline up to there, but then you couldn't actually go into Black Tower yet because they didn't release it. So the same thing's happening here. We're going to be able to do the Emperor's Tomb storyline. It's really fun, and the costume you get there is really nice. You get a really nice costume. So I recommend everyone, once it comes out, to just do it. And, it's good rewards, good EXP, and you get a lot of materials from it. Another thing which is a really big thing is the Lin Gunslingers come out. So, the Lins, we're getting the new tails, we're getting the new ears, we're getting Lin Gunslingers, which a lot of people are waiting for. I'm still on the fence on whether I should do a race change on my gunner. I've grown quite attached to my gunner, so I don't know. I'm still sitting on the fence there. As for Legend Mode, it phased out on Korea after 1 season. It basically, you get to play as Master Hong, or as Po Haran, or as Jin Soyeon, and and who's the last guy? I forgot the last guy. The guy on floor 20, whatever his name is, Young Sang. There we go. But, you get to play as them and you get to PvP each other, and it wasn't popular. It was not popular at all on the Korean server, on the Chinese server. Nobody really cared that much. It was like a fun thing to do like one time, and then after that it was just like meh. Because, the rewards were very mediocre, it was very boring, and it was kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing. Like, this guy beats that guy, and it was just like, meh. So, Legend Mode is probably going to phase out the same as the Korean server after 1 season. However, maybe NC West thinks that a lot of people are going to enjoy it, or maybe they're going to tweak the rewards or something, but we'll see, Hopefully they try to do something more attractive so that more people can come in and play Legend Mode. Hard difficulty dungeons. So, right now, at the current state of the game, nobody plays hard mode, because there's no reason to play hard mode. The only reason to play hard mode is just to show everyone, like, look, I did hard mode, haha, I'm great. But other than that, like, reward-wise and time efficiency-wise, there's no reason to do hard mode. However, they're changing that, which is actually, they're doing a really, really good change. So now, when you do hard mode on the following dungeons, Naru Sanctum, Iron Tech Forge, Edmund Drake Lair, Starstone Mines, and Hollow's Heart. These 5 dungeons are going to give you special items. They're going to give you Forgotten Raven King Soul Shield Chest. Blah. So basically, they're going to give you Raven King Soul Shields, okay? So when you open them, it's nice for people that can't do Black Tower, or people who are trying to gear up one character and are getting stuck at Black Tower because they're getting locked out because they can only run it once or twice a week, depending on how many characters you have. This is a nice way to just farm soul shields that you want. Like, for example, my gunner has never bought a soul shield. She's always just bid. Whenever a soul shield drops on Black Tower, I just bid for it. I'm just like, if I win, I get it. If I don't, it's like whatever. But now I can actually focus on it and be like, oh, I need soul shields on my summoner or on my gunner. I can farm these dungeons for them now. And then, so another thing that's really important that they're adding is over here, there's adding a new tradable item, which here, they're missing it's Ron Wen or something. but they forgot to put ring over here. So you can get the ring by doing hard difficulty of Starstone Mines and Hollow's Heart. And then you can get the earring, which is obtained from Iron Tech Forge and Ebon Drake Lair. So these 4 dungeons, you can get the ring or the earring. So, you know, depending on which dungeons you play. So that leaves Sanctum. So Sanctum actually doesn't give you this legendary material. This legendary item. So basically what you do is if you get this item, first of all, it's tradable. Keep in mind, it says here, new tradable item, which means that it should be able to be sold on the market. If you can sell this item on the market, that's freaking amazing, because that effectively means that you can buy your Black Tower accessory. So what you do is you get this earring or you get the ring, and then you get this elemental prison, okay? So elemental prisms are obtained by the exchanger NPC at Weido at the Kanda Vihar. So that's basically, you go to Kanda Vihar and it's directly on your right side. It's like the second NPC. So you go there, and then now you can exchange for 600 Helion cores and 30 Blackstones. You can get an elemental prison. So there's going to be, you know, wind, earth, fire, electricity, all the elements. You just buy whatever element you need. So for example, if you want a wind earring, you're going to buy the wind element, you're going to buy the earring, and then you're going to be able to combine them and get the wind earring stage 1. So that's really, really nice. You know, you're able to finally get Black Tower accessories. You're actually going to farm Black Tower accessories for your ults. So, for example, in my case, I have all of the materials. I have everything I need for my summoner. I have everything I need for my gunner. But now I'm gearing up a Blade Master. So, like, all these Helion cores that I get are useless because I don't need the Helion cores. Right now, I already have my gloves. I have everything that I need with the Helion cores. So I'm just going to transfer all of that to my Blade Master, since they're account bound, and then that way I can get the elemental prison. For example, I could get the fire one, and then I'll just buy the earring or the ring on the market, or just farm the dungeon in hard mode if I really want to, and then I can get my Black Tower accessory without actually doing Black Tower every time with my ult. So that is a really nice thing to have. So I'm quite happy with the NA server adding this. You know, there's a huge incentive to do hard mode now because of these earrings and these rings, and I'm sure that these earrings and rings are going to be worth a lot on the market, because effectively you're buying a Black Tower accessory. So especially fire, you know, fire earrings, fire rings, they're going to be worth a lot. You know, so, you know, these things are going to be worth a lot. Just trust me on that. So over here, next thing, they're removing hard mode on certain dungeons. So Ebon Drake Citadel, Desolate Tomb, Naru Foundry. So all the rewards you used to get on these 3 dungeons on hard mode can now be obtained on normal mode. So there's absolutely no reason you should be playing hard mode starting from next week on these 3 dungeons, because you can get all the rewards by playing normal. So Ebon Drake Citadel, you know, farming for those Elysian orbs, or Elysian orbs. You don't need to play hard mode and farm the crap out of that anymore. You can just play normal mode and speed run it really fast, and you'll still get the same rewards. So that's really good for a lot of people who are farming for Elysian Orb. So, you know, the hard mode difficulty for Ebon Drake Citadel, Desolate Tomb, and Naru Foundry are no longer accessible on F8. However, if for some bizarre reason you still want to do hard mode, because I don't know why, you can still do it through walk-ins. However, I really don't understand why anyone would do hard mode if you're getting the same rewards by doing normal mode. Okay, then over here we have skill and stat changes. So, you know, this is another nice change. We can get bravery coins. So, you know, all of us got a ton of bravery coins by doing our daily dash, but we have no clue what to do with them, right? So the only thing that they were useful for before was just like for PvP stuff, which I never really cared. And they were also used for pet pods, for your pet aura. However, now they're changing it so that you can now use bravery coins to purchase your home moon skills, which is really, really good. You know, my Blade Master needs her home moon skills. A lot of my classes need home moon skills to become effective, to become strong. So that's really nice. So if you have bravery coins now, I recommend you all to save your bravery coins so that you can use them later. And then another important thing is over here, overall cost of Hallmoon skills have been reduced by approximately 50%. This is huge. They're decreasing the cost of Hallmoon skills by 50%, so it's much easier to get them. A lot of lower level players or newcomers, they're going to be able to get their stuff a lot easier, a lot faster. So skill balance update. So they're finally adding in enhanced threat, health regen, movement speed, Hallmoon focus, and debuff defense. They're adding all of these things into the game. So for example, right now, if in like my pre-made for whenever I do dailies, we all have like the same DPS. We're all around you know 140k DPS. So it's kind of annoying where we keep switching threat because the boss is like, oh, you do more damage now. Oh, you do more damage. And then the boss just goes crazy because threat keeps switching between characters. Now we can change that because we can tell someone who wants to be the tank to spec 10 points into threat. So by speccing 10 points into threat, they're able to tank things much easier. They're able to hold aggro. So, you know, now we don't have to have a Blade Master or a KFM in order to hold aggro. Now you can just, you know, any class can do it, which is really nice. And now another thing is you could also disable and enable skills in the martial tome by using the toggle button next to each skill. So I know certain skills like on the Warlock, you don't want to cast, so you could just turn it off so that even if you press that button, when that skill comes up, even if it's off cooldown, it won't cast the skill. So this might be useful on certain classes, but on the classes I play, you know, on Gunner and Summoner, this doesn't really affect me. But I know it does affect certain classes like the Warlock and KFM. So weapon upgrade cost reduction is next. So over here, they're releasing Aransu 7, 8, and 9. So now we can upgrade our Aransu weapons all the way up to stage 9 instead of being capped at stage 6, which is a really big change. However, they're increasing the cost of some things and decreasing the cost on others. So what they're increasing is the breakthrough cost. So from your Raven weapon into Aransu, now if you're at Raven 9, it's going to cost a little bit more to get to Aransu 3. If you're Raven 8, it's also going to cost a little bit more. However, the cost is really marginal. It really doesn't affect us too much. However, down here, this is where it affects us a lot. From Aransu weapon stage 1 to stage 2, they're decreasing the Hive Queen Hearts by 8. They're reducing it from 20 to 12. This is a huge change, which is really good. It's a good change. And they're reducing it from stage 2 to stage 3 as well. So it used to be that a lot of people would go from Raven 7 to Aransu stage 1 because it would save them Elysian crystals. So, you know, from Aransu weapons onwards, you use moonstones. You don't use Elysian crystals anymore. So since a lot of people usually have an abundance of moonstones, it's a lot easier for them to just go from Raven 7 to Aransu stage 1, and Aransu stage 1's upward. However, there was one downside to that. The one downside was the Hive Queen Hearts. Hive Queen Hearts, you can only obtain these by killing the Zulia boss, the Vortex Temple last boss. And, you know, she doesn't drop that many. She only drops about like 5 or 6 hearts per clear. And then you get locked out for the week. But the thing is, when she drops 5 or 6, everyone in the raid is competing with you because you know, everyone needs the hearts to upgrade their weapon. So that was the main reason why I personally went to Raven 9 and I'm going to Aransu 3 after. But you know, now that they reduced the cost, so there is some benefit for people who want to go from Raven 7 to Aransu 1 and then slowly upgrade it from Aransu upwards just because they want to save their Elysian crystals and they have an abundance of moonstones. Another change is over here, you know, they're reducing the cost of the Aransu orbs. Aransu orbs, you know, while we're still Raven, we don't really notice that, oh, we really need a lot of Aransu orbs. However, once you hit the Aransu weapons, you actually realize that you need quite a bit. So, you know, doing your weeklies, doing all of that stuff, it does add up, but it's nowhere near enough. So it's really nice how they reduce the cost over here. However, I don't know why they didn't tell us. They've only told us the cost for Aransu weapons stage 1 to stage 6. And then, you know, from stage 7 to 9, they don't tell us anything. They just said there are some material cost reductions which are offset a bit by slightly higher gold cost. I mean, this is a good change, but we don't have the numbers, so I can't say anything about it. You know, gold is much easier to farm than Aransu orbs or Hive Queen Hearts, that's for sure. Then down here we go to dungeons. So this is a huge change for everyone, okay? So listen. So now for Iron Tech Forge, we can get Helion cores, which is really nice because we need 600 Helion cores for the Black Tower accessory. And then now Dragon Blood. You can now use Dragon Blood in the following normal mode dungeons. You can use them as Sogun's Lament. You could always use them, but now you can get 2. Ebondrake Citadel, Desolate Tomb, Naru Foundry, Naru Sanctum, Iron Tech Forge, Ebondrake Lair, Starstone Mines, Hollow's Heart, Drowning Deeps. The big change here for a lot of people is going to be Starstone Mines and Hollow's Heart. Because in Starstone Mines, a lot of people mess up the fire buff. People are going to die. However, if you have 2 Dragon Bloods now, you die, you come back to life. Perfectly fine. And you just keep DPSing. So it's going to be a lot easier to cheese Starstone Mines. Hollow's Heart as well. Hollow's Heart, there's phase 1 of the pizza, phase 2 of the pizza. There's only 2 phases. So during that phase, people usually mess up, usually die. It doesn't matter now because you have 2 Dragon Bloods. You die in phase 1, no big deal, you come back to life. You die in phase 2, it's also fine, you still come back to life. And then there's no more mechanics, you just DPS. It's really, really nice. And then Drowning Deep, you're still going to need to stun the boss. At the last boss, you're still going to need to stun him to stop him from regenning if you're using the cheese strategy. If you're using the regular strategy, you could sacrifice your teammates by blocking all of the bubbles and then so that he can't regen health and then dying since you have 2 Dragon Bloods. I mean, I suppose you could do that. Actually, that's a really good strategy. I'm a genius. Yeah, we should do that. So for Drowning Deeps, we would block all the bubbles so that the last boss can't regen anything. And then for the pizza, you know, it doesn't matter, just die. And then since you have Dragon Bloods, you come back to life, and then you can just continue DPSing without the boss healing. And then for people who want to do hard mode, you can now use Golden Dragon Bloods. These are the ones that you craft with the little pellets. And then when you have the pellet, you eat it and you get like an extra Dragon Blood. I think it's I'm not sure if it's a cash-only item. On the Chinese server, it's a cash-only item, but I'm pretty sure on the NA server, there's gotta be a way to make this or to get this, but I just don't know how. But, you know, you can now use the Golden Dragon Blood, which lets you res once on Ebondrake Citadel, Naru Sanctum, Iron Tech Forge, Ebondrake Lair, Starstone Mines, Hollow's Heart, and Drowning Deeps. So this is really nice if you're farming hard mode, if you want to get those accessories, you know, to craft your Black Tower accessory stuff. So that's great. They've reduced NPC attack power in Tower of Infinity and the Trial Arena. The Trial Arena, not many people actually talk about this, but you can get quite a good amount of stuff from the Trial Arena. You can get a lot of materials. I think you even get like soul shields from it. So like that's pretty nice, you know. So, you know, Trial Arena's nice, and then Tower of Infinity, I never really cared about Tower of Infinity. But, you know, they're gonna hit less. They're not gonna insta-kill you anymore, I guess. And then they slightly increase the floor you start with when you finish the previous run at floors 47 to 57 of Tower of Infinity. So that's slightly nicer, I guess. You know, we can you start slightly higher on the Tower of Infinity so that you get better rewards, you know, when you clear it. And then you know, additional difficulty adjustments have been made to several heroic dungeons. I just remembered, so one of the changes is Shattered Masts. For the people who solo Shattered Masts a lot, you know, at the beginning, the 4 pirates that you have to wait forever for them to get up, now they get up instantly. I remember that's this one change because it's been implemented on the Chinese server and on the Taiwanese server, which is really nice. So your Shattered Mast runs, if you're running solo, should be much faster, so you can get those Elysian crystals a lot faster now. Dungeon chest rewards for heroic dungeons have been unified to a single reward chest per region. This really doesn't matter, I don't care. And then last but not least, we're getting the cost reduction for legendary elements and legendary jewels. They used to cost 30 soulstone crystals, 15 sacred orbs, and 10 gold, which was really ridiculous. It was more than 20 gold from before. But now they're reducing it, so now it only costs 15 soulstone crystals, 7 sacred crystals, and 10 gold, which is slightly better. You know, it's still not really worth it. It's like, yeah, maybe, but it doesn't bother me too much because I'm just gonna trove all my legendary elements. And then finally here, received items, unpacked items and received items now stack together with other similar items, and you can split the stacks of items when claiming on a specific character. So this basically means when you do your login rewards, you get your EXP charms, right? So usually you end up with like 20 green EXP charms and like 4 purple EXP charms. And then when you're redeeming them, it takes forever. It takes like 20 seconds or 30 seconds to get all of them because it's like it's mailing you the charms one at a time. So now you can save a lot of time because they're just going to stack together in a neat pile of 20. You're going to click it once, boom, you're going to get 20 charms. You're done. But let's say that, you know, for some reason you don't want all 20 charms on your main character. Maybe you're leveling an alt. So now you can hold down shift, click on it, and it'll tell you like, oh, how many do you want to take out? And you can say like, oh, you know, I only want to take out 10 for my main character because I want to give another 10 to my alt. So you just do that. You can split the items and the stack of items and take 10 and give 10 to your alt. So easy peasy. Then bonus attributes. So now, you know, there are certain achievements. Now they're gonna, instead of giving you like extra AP or accuracy or defense or whatever, they can now give you, you know, extra threat. They can give you extra movement speed, extra all the crap that they set up there. You know, the five different attributes. So, you know, we can get those now from getting the achievements. And then finally, we can now transmute octagonal obsidian gems. So this is going to be really nice. You know, a lot of us are sitting, a lot of pay to win players or whales, you know, we're all sitting on heptagonal obsidians. So now having the option to go octa obsidian is pretty nice. And yeah, that's it for what they have here in the patch preview. They will be releasing the full patch notes on March 20th, right before the release on March 21st. Anyway, this video was a little bit long, but I just had to go through everything. There's a lot of content to cover, but hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I helped a little bit. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.